Welcome to another edition of Transform Your Life. Most of us are aware of protecting our valuable eyesight. We make it a point to wear sunglasses to protect our eyes from the solar field. We go to the optometrist once a year. We also have heard the recommendations to limit the amount of time we see violent images, because it has so much effect on our nervous system. This visual, this visual landscape, so to speak. These things are really important and make a definite difference in our overall health, physically, mentally, psychologically. But how often do we pay attention to what we allow ourselves to hear on a daily basis? Each one of us is made up of vibration. Every molecule, every cell in our body vibrates. And that's what sound is, vibration. And because of it, it has a very powerful effect on our bodies all the time. So powerful, in fact, that there's an entire field called psychoacoustics, which studies specifically the effect of sound and vibration on our nervous system, because the effect is so powerful. So, like visual images that we're exposed to every day, sound has a very definite effect on what we experience every day. And it can be a wonderful thing, or it can be a negative, even toxic thing. If you allow yourself to be surrounded by a lot of sounds during the day that don't match well with your level of frequencies in your body, you will, in essence, create a friction in your nervous system that can result in feelings of increased anxiety, stress, or even depression. Likewise, if you allow yourself to be surrounded by sounds that have an immediate effect on you of peace, joy, energy, it makes a huge difference. So take a moment right now and think of the immediate effects certain sounds have on you right away. I'll give you two primary examples. Have you ever walked by someone drilling with a jackhammer into concrete? It's amazing, the jolting effect. It is so loud and so jolting. The effect on our nervous system is really jarring. Or how about this? The sound of someone taking their hand and scratching their fingernails down a blackboard. The thought of these two things just makes me cringe. Okay, now think of the effects of your body of the sound of a running stream, or leaves gently rustling in the wind, or the sound of a cat purring. Very different effects. Music is an extreme example of all of this, as certain pieces will elicit everything in our body to feelings of increased joy, energy, happiness, all the way to increased feelings of sadness. Very, very powerful. And that's all through sound, and which is vibration. Ever since humans came to the earth, we've been using certain sounds, including music and chanting, to increase a person's level of peace, excitement, joy, celebration, all the way to healing for illnesses. And I was so enthralled by all of this when I started really reading about the power of sound, that I chose to go to a specific harp therapy school, a wonderful school in California, which studies this exact thing. And ever since then, I have been a harp therapist for hospice, playing bedside for patients, because the harp has some of the most powerful effects of healing, calm, and peace on the body of all the instruments in the world. And every time I do this, I witness the power of sound when I play for each patient. And the effects are literally jaw-dropping every single time. This is all the power of sound. And because the power of sound has such a profound effect on our bodies, wouldn't you think that we'd be very mindful of the sounds that we allow ourselves to be surrounded by? And unfortunately, this is not the case for most of us. We don't realize the drastic effects certain sounds have on our body every day, and what can result from this in terms of our mood, our psyche, even our physical health over time. So I encourage you to take one day or even half a day and kind of notice, keep track of what sounds you allow yourself to be surrounded by. Certain sounds we can't control, they're just kind of there, but the majority of sounds you can control in terms of whether you allow yourself to be around them. And know that the sounds you are hearing, you're taking in not just through your ear canal, but through your entire body. Sound for us is absorbed through our skin, our bones, and every molecule. So be aware of this and think of what is the effect that certain sounds are having on you over time. You know, I had already chosen purposely to unplug from television before I really started studying all this. But after that, I really continued to make deliberate choices in what I allow in my soundscape every day. For an example, if I'm in a hallway waiting, in a public place waiting for something, and I happen to be standing near a group of people who seem to be discussing gossipy, negative things, talking about all the things that they think are wrong with the world, I deliberately get up and move to a different place. I don't choose to be around that kind of vibration because I know it makes a difference. I also make sure I get enough moments of silence during the day because that's how we reset our nervous system. It's important. So I hope this topic has sparked an interest for you and that you at least take the time to be more aware of the sounds that you allow in your soundscape. I encourage you to be very protective of the sounds that you allow around and to go into your body. And by doing so, I think you're going to find that over time, it makes a real difference in your sense of well-being, peace, and overall happiness. I'll see you next time.